This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below. Hi guys, and welcome back to our Malifaux Masters Breakdown, where we showcase the factions and personalities vying for soul stones and dominance within the Broken City. Today's episode focuses on the shared Neverborn and Bayou fateweaver Zoraida and her Swampfiend keyword. The Swampfiend keyword specialises in control and pressure thanks to their excellent survivability and oppressive control of enemy actions and control hand. The crew is excellent in dishing out debilitating conditions such as poison and injured with their attacks, while the penetrating stench ability forces enemies engaging them to either discard a card or gain stunned when they activate. Finally, there are several subgroups to play with within the Swampfiends, from aquatic gups to hulking flora and wisps. Each of these groups have their own mini-games, often involving specialist markers to augment the crew and inhibit enemies, making a massive and versatile set of keyword options. Zoraida is the quintessential control master of Malifaux, typified by her stat 7 obey action to take direct control of friend and foe alike. With an additional mask through stones or cheating, Zoraida can chain her control with the ensorcel trigger. Don't let the 12-inch range fool you though. Mama Z can draw line of sight for any non-melee actions through keyword models within a 12-inch aura, effectively doubling the range. Zoraida's seer nature can be seen through a variety of flavourful abilities, such as reading the cards, which allows you to scry the top card of either fate deck when the opponent cheats in line of sight. Voodoo Effigy allows you to discard a card to summon a voodoo doll in base contact, while the Threads of Fate bonus action can force both players to completely discard their control hands for 0 cost. Speaking of the voodoo doll, this little beastie comes complete with its own upgrade when summoned to force an enemy to suffer damage and conditions whenever the doll does. Likewise, through the unexpected connection tactical action, the doll can steal a non-bonus action from its muse to utilise and a -2 to the stat. Finally, when you're done with your crude effigy, you can kill it and draw a card thanks to the served its purpose bonus action. The Swampfiend keyword is massive and features a host of Henchmen options, starting with the hulking Bad Juju, a hard to wound Nemesis Eternal tank that can heal 3 HP at the start of its activations if it stood in severe terrain. Uprooted Fists are the expected 2-inch melee min-3 attack, which can spike at a tasty 6 damage should you hit a severe. Juju is an incredible tar pit model to tie up enemy pieces, forcing them to vacate wherever he is or face a protracted war of attrition. Next up is the shared infamous all-rounder the First Mate, a speedy schemer with a strong melee attack with excellent triggers and impressive defensive tech through stealth and butterfly jump. The mate can take a flank all on his own or eliminate key enemy pieces in the backfield thanks to being able to stone for a free melee attack on his leap. If you're looking for something a little bit more chompy, then consider the versatile McTavish and his Savage Gator, another min-3 beater that can also offer range threat thanks to a stat 5 long carbine that ignores concealment and friendly fire. Said concealing terrain can come through the Swamp Screen bonus action, but it's competing with the incredibly fun Gator Snack, which can remove a scheme, scrap or corpse marker within 2 inches to generate movement, card draw, scheming or a melee attack depending on the card you flip from your fate deck. The last henchman comes from the aquatic side of the keyword, and we have the Gup Spawn Mother, who introduces a fun side mechanic with the egg markers that she lays with her bonus action. These eggs can either be used to summon Gups through the hatch tactical action, or heal your allies thanks to the nutritional eggs trait should they be removed by a friendly model. If an enemy model dares to remove an egg or kill a friendly Swampfiend within 6 inches, the mother will rage and charge the culprit with her stat 6 poisonous talons, which again feature a brutal 6 damage on severe with the puncture trigger available. Moving over to enforcers, and we have the menacing Groot Slang, who can teleport between 50mm lair markers it places during setup and through its tactical action. The 8 Soulstone Abomination's signature attack is its Barbed Tongue, which features an inbuilt slow at stat 6 against move from 2 inches away. If you're instead looking for higher damage, the 2-4-5 Deadly Claws attack trades an inch of melee range for access to some excellent triggers to compound slow or slink back to a lair marker. For a stone less, you can instead invest in an Adze, another condition specialist who can distribute poison, distracted and burning through its actions and abilities. The Adze brings a stat 6 lore action, which can be used to bring allies forward or bring enemies into your clutches and out of position. Finally, at move 7 with Flight, the winged beastie can also flex as a very reasonable flank schemer where needed. Heading over to minions, and again we have a myriad of options, starting with the 6 Soulstone Voldgeist, which is shared with Titania's Fey keyword. These Ents bring more severe markers and can attack anyone in the same piece of severe terrain as them with a 2-3-4 Tangling Roots attack. For the same cost, you could hire the always excellent Silurids, a tricksy speedster thanks to stealth, butterfly jump, and a suited leap action that allows them to be fantastic schemers around the edges of the battlefield. The menacing Croak tactical action is also worth mentioning, generating a TN14 willpower jewel to any enemies within a hefty 6-inch pulse. The final 6 Soulstone option is everyone's favourite crutch, the Whiz-Bang Bakors. Excellent healers that can dish out shielded thanks to its protective spirit's 3-inch pulse bonus action. The Bakors bring all of Wong's tricks to the Swampfiends, with blast resistance, the ability to gain fast from friendly attacks, and magical influence which lets you discard a glowy token for a suit of your choice during duels. Continuing the Croc trend from McTavish, you can grab up to 3 Bayou Gators at 5 Soulstones apiece, bringing stat 5 Mighty Jaws with an inbuilt puncture trigger. The Crocs can generate an additional attack thanks to Flurry and are great for hunting down terrifying and manipulative models thanks to Ruthless. Will-O-Wisps fill out some cheaper control options akin to the bigger adds, such as a stat 5 Lure and the Distracted Illusion 2-inch melee attack, which can give out both stunned and distracted, which is a great option for your voodoo doll. But the biggest trick in the Wisp's playbook is its bloody transformation, to discard a card and level up to an adds when an enemy living non-minion is killed within 3 inches. Finally, last but not least, are the Diddy Gups, mindless puny minions who gain strength in numbers when above half health, granting a positive to damage flips from its talons. If a Gup is lucky enough to kill an enemy model with its ram trigger, it can earn its way to adulthood and level up into a Silurid. The Swampfiends excel at card pressure and action economy, able to boost their own movement and actions while reducing the efficiency of the opponent. As such, they excel at schemes and strategies that revolve around specific positioning on the battlefield, where they can dictate the fight while scoring their own machinations. Additionally, Mama Z's crew are one of the biggest knowledge checks in Malifaux, offering a myriad of mechanics that are sure to make your opponent's head spin. While it might take a little bit of practice, seasoned Zoraida players can create fun and thematic lists that are tailored to each scenario, meaning the crew has excellent longevity as a main choice. On the other hand, if you are finding yourself against the Hag and Pals, fear not, there are some things you can do to limit the effectiveness of their oppressive control. Firstly, defensive abilities that limit targeting and movement will help you considerably when defending the obeys, such as Laugh Off, Concealment, and Stealth. Next, with the impending threat of Zoraida's bonus action, it might be beneficial to be slightly more aggressive with your cheating of fate, making her decision more meaningful if you end up drawing a fresh hand. Finally, consider where your keyword can find condition removal in order to manage all the poison, distracted, and stun that will be flying around. So then, here is an example Swampfiend list to get you started using the Bad Juju to hold the centre, while the Wisp protects Zoraida and Silurid score your schemes, with the first mate and adds focusing on disrupting the enemy backfields. Once you've got used to their main mechanics, there is plenty more to explore as your experience grows with this massive keyword. So that brings us to the end of this Malifaux Master breakdown. We hope it's been useful in giving you a snapshot of the crew and its mechanics. For more talk about Malifaux and its masters, why not check out our podcast The Harlefaux Show, where we break down each keyword and why you should play it. Alternatively, we have a wealth of beginner-friendly battle reports here on the channel that guide players through every flip and decision. Whichever you choose, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, folks. Hi guys, and thank you so much for watching our videos. It means the world to us. If you want to see some more, they should be over here. If you want to support this channel, keep these lights on. You can find links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. Take care.